Want to take advantage of today's market? Call the man with over 17 years in the business, Thomas Myson of Red and White Realty. Call him today at 902-233-5111 for solid expert advice.
Faded in denim, laughs in the lines, the checks in the mail, files in the dimes, flowing through motions, stopping a while. The world's in the windshield, life's by the mile. Scars on his knuckles, cracks in his heart, holding his aces, playing the part of a man who gambled, who won and lost, paying the dealer, paying the cost. He's the last of a dying breed, a wandering drifter, lost to the breeze, a wanted man nobody needs. He's the last of a dying breed. The earth keeps spinning, he's standing still, resisting the pull by the force of will, running on empty, going alone, fighting his demons, holding his own. He's the last of a dying breed, a wandering drifter, lost to the breeze, a wanted man nobody needs. He's the last of a dying breed. He's gonna keep in the shallows, still waters deep. He'll draw a line that's never blurred. He's just a man cut from a herd. He's the last of a dying breed, a wandering drifter, lost to the breeze, a wanted man nobody needs. He's the last of a dying breed. Well, he's the last of a dying breed, a wandering drifter, lost to the breeze, a wanted man nobody needs. He's the last of a dying breed.
Hello, world, and welcome to the Wolfstead Radio. Today, we're talking to a couple of really good buddies from the Divorcees up in New Brunswick. So, guys, introduce yourselves, say hello, and let's get going here. So, I know we've got. Come on now, we got the lead guitar player.
I'm Alex Madsen.
All right.
I'm one of the lead singers in the band, and
yes,
one of the electric guitarists in the band.
Yes, yeah.
I'm Jason Haywood. I'm one of the other singer and acoustic guitar player in the band.
And both of you guys are co-writers,
we are.
Right?
Yeah,
we're the principal songwriters in the band.
So welcome to the Divorcees, because I don't think you and I have had the opportunity. I think we met very briefly last year up in Stewiacke. Was that right around when you just first came with the band?
Yeah,
yep.
I joined the band back November of 19. I rejoined, and then all this crap went down with COVID.
Like right after.
Yeah, right after.
It's all my fault.
They're not calling you the Jonah, are they?
Yeah, and so yeah, I mean, I got to play, a handful of gigs with the guys, so it was nice to get back into it, and it's not the same, you can't go out and hang out with the audience as much, and that kind of thing. But,
Yeah, I could
we'll
see
get
that.
there.
I could see that really cramping turtle style.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. So, okay. So Jason and Alex, you guys are two members of the Divorcees.
Hmm.
Now, there are some other conspicuous players in this group. Should we mention them or?
Sure.
Sure.
There's Denis Turtle Arsenault. He's the bass player. You've got Kevin Macintyre on the drums and Shawn Thomas on. He's the other lead guitar player.
Yeah. And just,
The
I
baby
mean,
of the band.
yeah, oh, yeah, actually. Well, now, Jason, you were in the band a long time ago.
Yeah, I started it with Alex back in 2005. I was in from 2005 to 2008. I left and came back. I took a 12-year break and came back.
You said you
Yeah.
knew something was missing, but you weren't sure what it was.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh my! And Alex, you've been there right from the get-go,
Yes. Yep.
and you've seen all the changes. There's been a couple. I can remember when there was a changeover a few years back with when Shawn came into the band.
Yep,
And
that's right.
but yeah, so, and I mean now Mr. Arsenault, he's been around for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely
Alex is there
founding-
since day one. Turtle was there since day 5, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then Kevin couldn't have been too far behind that.
Well,
No, Kevin's been the longest serving drummer in the group.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You meet people in your life and meeting all you guys back when we met, like, I don't even know how many years ago it's been now, Alex. Maybe the first year you guys played up at Kemp Shore. I'm not sure. But
Yeah, it
you
goes
know,
back. It's going
yeah.
back a way.
but we've been, we've all been good buddies. It's like brothers from other mothers ever since. But I got to say, Kevin certainly makes me smile. And Turtle, well, I always watch. I'm a guy that doesn't get up until noon. And I'm always watching to see if Turtle's coming back from the beach yet.
Yeah, right.
From the night before. So, okay, let's get into Drop of Blood here now. I know that for a couple of years, Alex, you guys weren't really writing anything.
No.
There was a little bit of talk in there. There was, yeah, we want to do another CD. We want to do another CD, but it didn't really come to be. And then I guess Jason must have heard the song gods whispering in his ear saying, you got songs to write. You've got songs to write. Go talk to Alex.
It's not too far off. Alex and
Not
I
too far
had
off.
we played a little gig together and we got to talking and I don't know, just one thing led to another and we talked with the rest of the guys and figured it'd be a good idea. We, the time was right for us to all work together again and came up with a really good batch of songs over last winter and that's the rest is history, I guess.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, it's really hard to if somebody said who wrote what, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I definitely
Okay.
there are some little overtones in there in the odd song that I would say, I think probably Alex had a little heavier hand in this one. And I only say that because they remind me more of the Highwaymen and stuff like that good old country. And in all fairness and in all honesty, Jason, I haven't had an opportunity to really get to know you that well or your music. So, I'm not trying to be biased or anything. It's just,
No.
I have known Alex for a little bit longer, but I got to say, guys, really and truly, anybody that likes old country music, if they put this on and they don't like it, I don't know what's wrong with them.
Haywood's lyric style and mine. I'm a little more harder edged in more of an outlaw kind of rootsy Texas kind of edge. And
Yeah.
Haywood tends to come from a little more from the Orange County and the Bakersfield side.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm like Johnny Bush. He's Harlan.
Yeah.
Howard.
Yeah.
There's these two kind of sides there that kind of come together.
But
I definitely take from like a lot of the Austin style.
Yeah.
And, that the kind of the cowboy guys.
Well,
And,
yeah.
If you listen to Haywood stuff, you can hear, like, you'll hear more Johnny Bush in my writing, or like Billy Joe Shaver, guys like that.
Yeah.
You'll hear like Glenn Campbell, or like Graham Parsons.
Graham Parsons.
Artists like that in Haywood's writing.
Yeah.
And it's a good combination.
It's funny now that you say that, because listening to a couple of tunes there today, I was kind of reminded of Glenn Campbell a little bit, some of the guitar licks that were being done. Because I don't think a lot of people realize what an amazing guitar player he was.
Oh yeah, he was part of the wrecking crew. He played on all those great 60s hits, like he played on Beach Boys songs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and like plus all of his own stuff as well. But I mean, yeah,
he was a shredder.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, check the back of your albums, but guys, if you got old albums, like check the back of them, you're gonna find them there.
Oh yeah,
like you said, Alex, he was a shredder, but
oh yeah,
you can see those influences in the songs that you write. And the other thing that I like is, again, even going back to the last album, this is an everyday guy's album, or an everyday person's album. I don't mean to be gender in anything here, but this is an every person's kind of album. There's something here for everybody. If you're into the type of music that you like, the old country, then
we try to make it relatable that way. Anyone that listens to it, they're going to get something from it. It's not like a niche kind of music where only certain small part of the population is going to like it. It's supposed to be accessible to everybody.
Yeah.
So we try and write about things everyone can relate to.
Well, I think you made it completely and totally 100 accessible.
Oh,
okay.
Thanks,
we don't do it intentionally. We're really keen on being ourselves.
We're just down to earth people.
We're from New Brunswick. I mean, this is who we are. And you'll hear a lot of indie artists out there that do country.
Yeah.
But I find that there's not all of them, but there's a significant number of them that I think they feel pressured to be clever or to do something innovative.
Yeah.
And I look at it like, if it was blues or another form like that, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Play what you really feel like playing. If you want to play a song and it feels like a Waylon song, and that's the style of music that you really want to express your lyrics with, by all means,
why not?
And we've been like that from day one. We haven't, there was just, I don't think, Haywood, you must say the same thing. There's never been a time where we're like, we need to be this way. We're just the divorcees, and that's it.
Yeah. You know what, guys, I'm going to stop you right there, because we're going to go check out a tune off of this CD right now. So ladies and gentlemen, sit back on the Wolf's Den Radio, because we're going to listen to a tune off the Divorcees' new CD called Drop of Blood. So we'll be right back with you here in a second.
Travel
owning your own home is a big deal. Whether it's you don't have any rental payments anymore, you're downsizing, you need an in-law suite, maybe you just need the equity. A good home is always good for good equity. But to get started, to buy in that home, you need a good, solid real estate agent. Thomas Myson from Red and White Realty, he's your guy. With over 17 years experience in the business, he'll take care of you firsthand from start to finish. Good, solid advice. 17 years in the business. Give him a call, 902-233-5111 for solid, excellent guidance from a pro with over 17 years in the business. Thomas Myson from Red and White Realty, 902-233-5111. Welcome back to the Wolf's Den Radio, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't yet, go down, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell for the notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Like it and subscribe and share it with your friends, because everybody needs to hear what we're seeing. We're back at you. Also on CIO 97.5 FM in Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia. Now, guys, just before we went to listen to a song there, we started talking about it, and you said how you've always just been real, and that you've never ever sat down and said to each other, I think this is what we need to be, or where we need to be, or whatever. And I think that there are so many bands out there that could really learn a lesson from that. Because I think for me, that was one of the things that I loved about you guys right off the bat, is that you are exactly the same at the picnic table as you are on stage. You're the same people, only having maybe just a little bit more fun on the
What
stage.
you see is what you get.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, like Alex, like you said, there's too many people out there today that are trying to be something or pretending to be something that they're not.
Well, the thing is, a lot of that comes with age too. Like when I was a younger songwriter and performer or whatever, you're insecure about who you are, so you're trying to emulate someone else. But as you get older and more comfortable with your style, and you've written enough songs where you're pretty confident in your craft, I guess. You can only be yourself, and I have a lot of confidence in what I do, and it comes out the way it does because it's me.
Exactly. So now, coming into this, you're both songwriters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got two different styles.
We do.
I think they're kind of like this. They meet in the middle. So
yeah,
they
complement
kind of
each other for sure.
Two circles, but there's a good chunk of it that's shared.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, in saying that, do you guys come together to that share, or is it just you both have an idea, and when you come together, you go, holy cow, we're both on the same page?
We actually write really well together.
Yeah, we had some finished songs coming into this, but Alex had the song Handful of Nothing. Alex needed a chorus. I had a chorus that was done, so I said, why don't you try this? And it happened to work. And and Alex threw me a couple chord changes that I was like, oh well, that sounds better than what I had. And just things like that. We complement each other, like if the other guy's stuck, the other one will bail you out, you know what I mean?
There's a really good fluidity there. We'll help each other. Oftentimes it's just when a verse is trying to be developed and it's going slowly, one of us will just reach out and say, I'm just not getting to the end of this. What do you think? What can I do here? And often we're not really writing each other's music or lyrics, but we're with just a suggestion of a word here and a word there. It seems like we take turns doing this. Like he'll help me get through a verse, and then I'll help him get through a verse, or I'll give him a chorus, so he'll give me a chorus. In the end, stokes
the fire of creativity a little bit.
And we win out in the end. The band's definitely got the best lyrics it's gotten since probably 4 chapters.
Wow.
So, yeah. And I mean, those lyrics, when I wrote the lyrics for 4 chapters, that album took from 2009 to 2012
Yeah.
to write those
Yeah.
lyrics.
Yeah.
Like we're talking, and 3 solid years of heavy duty lyric writing to get those lyrics where they needed to be. And even at that, I'm happy with those lyrics on that album. But when I look at the result of working with Haywood and bouncing the ideas back and forth lyrically, I think this album is every bit as strong as 4 chapters. Even though that album was almost like writing a book because it was very conceptual, and there was a lot of work went into making the lyrics of that album make sense because they had to have continuity.
Well, everything had to flow, right? But
yeah, so this album, to say that within that and we're talking about this album taking a year.
Yeah.
Not even, Haywood, probably 6 months of writing?
6 months of writing, and it was finished.
Yeah.
Ready to record. Yeah.
So 6 months of writing on this record versus 3 to 4 years of writing on 4 chapters. And this album's lyrics are every bit as good as the 4 chapters lyrics in like a tenth of the time.
Yeah,
right?
No, this is a very, very solid lyrical album. Every song takes you someplace. And there's everybody's got an interpretation of a song and what it means to them and what they think it means and everything like that. But a lot of these songs, there's no second guessing what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I love that because, again, there's so many people out there today that are just beating around the bush and they're playing at it, but they're not really doing it. And like you guys just said, you know what, man, this is it. This is what we got for you. And if you don't like it, well, just listen to some of the lyrics and you can take the hint from them,
Yeah. Well, it's like Haywood said, we've reached a certain age where, you know what I mean? When you get to a certain vintage and you just get to a place where you just don't want to mince words.
Well,
here it is.
Well, yeah, Must Be Nice. Must Be Nice is a song that, pretty much basically gives it back to the, certain class of individuals that walk around and breathe good air.
The 1%.
That's a New Brunswick song. I don't know what isn't.
Yeah, really.
It's certainly a song for the times, though. We have like the guy that plays keyboards on the album is a Nashville session guy who's a buddy of mine, and he said, he goes, what the hell kind of lightning struck when you guys wrote that song? And he played it for Chuck Mead, who used to be in BR 549. He's played it around to some people in Nashville and gotten a really good response out of it.
Yeah.
It's a good, I'd say, social commentary song without being too political. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
got a good beat. And the ladies will want to dance to it, but it doesn't beat you over the head.
Yeah, really. Well, I think it's a perfect COVID song, really.
I've gotten a lot of private messages over that tune.
Yeah,
and, just people saying a lot of them are the same kind of answer. It's like, I wouldn't say this publicly, but a lot of people saying that I wouldn't say this publicly, but hell yeah, kind of,
yeah,
kind of that kind of response, yeah.
And in the same vein, we've got Small Town City Boy. And I mean, honestly, there was, and I won't say, but there was actual people's faces that were coming to me while this song was being played, right? Because we all know one.
I wrote that song about there was always somebody that would fly out of here right after high school and go out west, and then they'd come back here and just go on and on about how it was so much better out there. And in your mind, you're saying, well, why the hell don't you go back?
Yeah, what the hell are you doing here if it's so good up there?
Yeah, you're just coming to rub our nose in it or what? But anyway, I always wanted to write a song that was kind of a comment on that, just in a little tongue-in-cheek kind of song.
Yeah, well, you're drinking the same, hey Haywood, you're drinking the same draft with me at the Chris Rock.
Yeah, but you're telling me how good the draft was somewhere else.
That's right.
You're not saying no to the Jack Daniels, but you're a big fancy jacket wearing guy, aren't you?
Yeah, really, eh? Now, I'll take your jacket. And you know what? And the big jacket wearing guy, he ain't the one buying the jack either. He'd drink your Jack, but he ain't the one buying it. They come home talking all big and everything, but they're not the ones. Well, some of them like to flip the money because they think they're the big dude. But yeah, no, I love that.
What was it? What was it that Louis said there? One of my favorite bartenders about small town city was, he always said, yeah, they're always good for at least one round.
Yeah.
That's about it though.
Yeah.
Once they get the bill, then they just revert back to small town boy again. Oh man. You know, and a handful of nothing, you know, equals nothing at all.
Yeah, you know, I think Haywood and I really teamed up on that. There's a song that was really co-written on the record. That would be, I think, probably the biggest one that Haywood and I were able to just kind of team up on.
Yeah.
And to have that kind of, we both shared the same kind of sense of, you know, coming back after 12 years and stuff. There's a lot of emotions that come with that, and a journey that was behind it. Now we've been playing together for years, but there's always been an element of regret. You know, what if this had been like, what if things have been different? You know, people have come and gone in the band, and like any band and like any musician, we've all been plagued with our sense of self-doubt and regret. And this song's a reflection of that.
Well, let's go take another listen to another song off of A Drop of Blood here from the Divorcees, and we'll come right back with you here on the Wolf's Den Radio, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. We're coming back.
I took the back roads to nowhere.
Hey, folks, are you looking to sell your home in today's crazy busy market? You need a professional. You need Thomas Myson of Red and White Realty to help you sell your home. With over 17 years experience in the business, Thomas knows what he's doing. So if you need good, solid real estate advice and you need somebody to sell your house, you need to call Thomas Myson at Red and White Realty at 902-233-5111. And here at the Wolf's Den, we're happy to have Thomas and Red and White Realty as a sponsor of the Wolf's Den. For all your real estate needs, give them a call. That's 902-233-5111. Red and White Realty with Mr. Thomas Myson, your real estate pro. Welcome back to the Wolf's Den, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Jason Haywood and Mr. Alex Madsen from the Divorcees. They're up in Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada. I'm in Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia, sitting in the Wolf's Den in a hidden location. And we're just talking about Drop of Blood. And guys, we were talking about A Handful of Nothing. And Alex, you started to talk about, the what ifs and the woulda, shoulda, couldas and all that.
It's a song about regret, and if there's one sentiment that Haywood and I shared over the years is regret, and we both I think it made it easy for us to collaborate on this tune because we had lots to say. And, with his chorus and the verses, I think there's lines like, while I sat, I stood in my own way. It's that kind of, 15-year-old band, 40 something and up guys kind of looking at each other going, that middle-aged guy these are the emotions that come up. You start thinking about these things. Like, what if, could I have done more, and there's that comes through, I think, in Handful of Nothing. And you start to kind of make some realizations about life, and you're looking at things going, yeah, I could have done better in a few spots. You start owning it,
Well,
that being said, the Handful of Nothing is kind of on the more serious side of the record. Like there's some more lightweight, songs that aren't quite as heavy in theme, but there are some songs about regret and loss and grief and like all kinds of, there's some heavier themes in the album, rather than just songs like Drinking in the Afternoon.
I'm just looking at
you could
my
have
notes.
some fun ones too.
Yeah. When I heard Drinking in the Afternoon, it took me to, some people that I know that, like you said, I'm drinking in the afternoon because he doesn't want me to start too early, so I mean, I don't know, drinking in the afternoon can be one of those things. Losing Hand. First thing I thought of that, just silly, right off the top of my head, the first thing I thought of that when I heard that was, oh man, what a nice two-step.
Yeah, I was trying to write I was listening to a lot of Hank Williams that week, and I said, I wonder if I could write something in that vein, and that's kind of where it went. It doesn't sound, it's kind of reminiscent of Hank Williams, but not,
No, first thing that came to my mind, the first couple notes came on the air, and I'm like, that'd be a nice two-step.
I'd love to play it in Texas.
Yeah, really. There you go. Now, Dying Breed was just the Drifter. Like that song hit me. That spoke to me. I know some people that are kind of stuck in that situation in their life, and they just, it's hard to, there was a song years ago, Old Hippie, Don't Know What to Do.
Yeah.
And that kind of reminded me of the same kind of a deal, right?
Yeah. This is similar. It's similar in vein to that. The song is definitely about, reflecting on your life. A lot of the tunes that I contributed on this record were definitely thinking about where you are and where your place is in the world. Even Must Be Nice is the same idea. It's just like, here's who I am. I'm just a working Joe. And, Dying Breed is this kind of, kind of a semi-autobiographical tune. I'm just this guy. I'm a blue jeans wearing kind of regular guy. I get crow's feet. I get the crap kicked out of me. I'm somehow still here.
The song's kind of a double-edged sword too, because it also is like, the band is like the last of a dying breed too, because there's all the, we don't fit in with the new country sound for sure.
No.
Thank the Lord. And,
Yes, we wouldn't be talking.
Nothing against those fine folks, but
No.
but yeah, so it's it's Alex is the last of a dying breed himself, as we all are, and so is our music, I think.
Well, there's a really
surprised how many people have reached out to us, Wayne, saying you're not, we're there with you.
Well, we all are in this, we're all here. We're not as visible as some of the others, but we are. I mean, let's face it. When you get right down to it, when our generation passes on, and the people that are just another 5-10 years older than us, look at the history of music that's going to die with those people. I mean, some of those people have passed it on to their kids, but there's not going to be anybody left that lived it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we all are a dying breed. The one line that really struck me in that song, though, was "A wanted man nobody needs," and that kind of freaked me out.
It's you're just this. You lived your life just kind of being a bad seed, and no one.
Yeah,
it's no one can care less. Contradictions too.
Yeah. But then you think about that, and there's a little heartstring that goes for all the people that messed up in their lives that are sitting home lonely today, and that don't have anybody in their lives, and that maybe wishes that they could go back to a handful of nothing, and woulda, shoulda, coulda, and could I done better.
Yeah.
But I think we all do the best that we can do, and as Maya Angelou said, you can only do with what you know to do with. If you don't know it,
exactly,
you don't know it, you can't do it. You only know what you know. So now we're gonna come up here really close to another song, but when we come back after the next break, I want to talk to you guys about the amazing making of this CD. And I want to know where my invitation got lost to that beautiful cabin. I don't know. I just don't understand how come it never arrived. But yeah, that looked like quite the ordeal.
Yeah.
So
ordeal is the right word some days.
Absolutely.
Well, it looked like it started out good. Like the lady, showed you where all the beds were and everything. And I thought, yeah.
That was my mom.
Oh, was that your mother?
Yeah.
Is that your guys' place? Or
that's my mom's cottage, yeah.
Wow. Holy smokes. Beautiful spot. Like I said, we're going to go there when we come back from after listening to another tune here. But I don't know, guys. I hope you're not a dying breed. I hope that that you inspire lots of young folks out there that want to know the joy of real country music.
Thank you.
And we'll look up to you guys because you guys play real country music. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Wolf's Den Radio, we're going to sit back. We're going to listen to the Divorcees right here at CIOE 97.5 and Wolf's Den Radio. We'll be right back at you.
He'll be breaking no mistake in someone else's rules, like a backwards walking sideways talking old man of the school. A front door kicking, mean shit bricking locomotive train, all happy trails and off the rails, so crazy that he's sane. Boots are shining, silver lining, leader of the pack. You can't boss him, and if you cross him, well, there ain't no turning back. And just like that, with the tip of the hat, we've known him all along. Rough and tumbling out the weeds, he's been there, then he's gone. He'll light it up, he'll tear it down, he'll make the scene. Rock and roll to cruise control, grease lightning of the ride, pushing red lines through the red until he hits his stride. An old dive bomber shooting stronger, kamikaze ace. He's past the line most any time, he's welcome any place, 'cause he'll light it up, he'll tear it down, he'll make the scene. Oh, whiskey flowing,
Looking to own your first or next new to you home? Stop dreaming and start owning. Call Thomas at 902-233-5111 to make your dreams come true at Red and White Realty. That's Thomas Meissen, 233-5111, 902-233-5111. Welcome back to the Wolf's Den, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Alex Madsen and Jason Haywood in the studio with us from the Divorcees up there in New Brunswick, Moncton, New Brunswick is what I'm trying to say. I need a coffee or something. So, guys, a year to write this CD, roughly.
Yeah. A little less, yeah.
Yeah. And then how did you come about where you were going to lay it all down at?
Where we were going to record it?
Where you were going to record it, yeah.
Well, Turtle was looking into recording it. He wanted to get us away from all the distractions, and he was looking at different cottages or places we could record, and they were all extremely expensive. And I just happened to be talking to my mother, who she rents out her cottage in the summertime. And she said, well, I could rent you mine at a discounted price. And we were like, discount? So
Yeah.
we kind of jumped at that. And it's a gorgeous spot. It's right on the wall. The lawn goes right down to the river. There's canoes there, a pool. It's just beautiful, relaxing place to record. And not to say that the recording was always relaxing. There were some real tense moments. And, you get 5 creative guys together, that'll happen. And, we had a few technical malfunctions and stuff like that, but overall we put our heads together and got it done. So
just like going on the road, hey guys, you don't know if you're going to get a flat tire or one of your amps is going to blow up or what's going to happen.
You head out on the trip and you're just gonna have to do it. You do what you have to do to get where you go. Now we're more of a live band than we are a studio band.
Oh yeah.
Luckily we had Turtle and Dwayne Kelly, who does sound for Matt Anderson.
Oh, okay.
They kind of teamed up as like the production team at the helm of this. And we needed to do that. And surprisingly enough, actually, Kevin, our drummer, stepped up and got behind the board and started doing some engineering. So this was a real all hands on deck kind of situation. Yeah, it was a really big deal. And I will say this, that it was, the name of the album is Drop of Blood for a reason. It took a drop of blood to make this album.
Well, I actually had it dubbed as Bucket of Blood, so
I was just going to say that. Some days it felt like that.
We fought. We love each other like brothers. We fight like brothers. But at the end of the day, we all love and care for each other.
Yeah.
And we feel safe enough and secure enough with each other to just duke it out until we get to the end of it. Because we were all committed to the same thing, making the very best album we could make.
Yeah.
And we were willing to just go toe to toe to make it happen. And that causes, it's out of the desire to get something out that is quality, that people are willing to kind of draw a line in the sand and really fight for what they believe in. And, I'm really proud of us. We all it was a really, really challenging record to make for a lot of reasons. The pandemic, being in on a short time frame, renting equipment, making that gear work.
Yeah.
There was a lot of moving parts, and throughout it all, we were still able to do it. And Turtle had his ears on big time. He really watched for all the details, and we all brought our own thing in. And at the end of it all came together in Dwayne Kelly's sense of tone, Kevin's real sense of detail when it came to the engineering. Shawn's guitar work was spectacular on this record. He really came up with some really memorable riffs, including the introduction, Caledonia Mountain. I mean, he wrote that and did it in one take.
We want to talk. Yeah, actually, Alex and I want to talk to you guys very seriously, and we'll do that after this show is over.
Sure.
About Caledonia Mountain. We have a very, very special idea that we have for it, and we want to bring that up to you when we're done the show, and then we'll tell the rest of the world when it's time to tell them. But yeah, we have something really that we want to talk to you about that song. I personally, for as long as I've known the divorcees, you know, I've always considered you brothers from other mothers, and I've always considered you guys as a pact, as brothers. I think probably the reason that you guys have what you have is because of what you have. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think that you would have had what you had if you guys didn't have the commitment and the relationship that you have with each other, and the respect and the admiration for each other that you guys also carry.
Yeah.
And we don't take any crap off each other.
But you can go, you can not take any crap off each other, but 5 minutes after that, you can go sit down and have a beer and laugh about it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
That's
leave
exactly
it,
what we're
and
like.
leave
You know,
it right where it was.
we have our disagreements, but at the end of the day, we are best friends.
Yeah.
The five of us. So, you know, we look out for each other, and so that's always the big thing.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
nice to bring Haywood into that now too, and have him be a part of that and have that sense of camaraderie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get to do our spring party. You know, our river run party every year. Hopefully this year it won't be too cold, and the COVID rules will allow us to be able to share borders, and you guys can come down, and we can do what we do.
New Brunswick's doing a lot better now, so
Yeah.
if we keep going this way, maybe so.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we're doing our part here in Nova Scotia. We're down to under 20 cases or something. So.
Oh, that's
If we might have to bring you up here, Wayne.
Hey, there you go. I'm good with that.
We'll bring you up to the rest of Goose River.
There you go. Listen, buddy, I'll come anywhere you guys want me to be. I'll be more than glad to be there.
awesome.
Yeah, no, I gotta say thank you so much for the entertainment that I had over the last couple of days, listening a few times to this CD. And I can tell you right now, I'll be listening to it quite a bit more. And I really and truly hope that I get to hear some of this stuff live.
And Wayne, I had one more thing to add, and I know Haywood's going to be into this as well. Haywood and I have been working with a fella from a distribution company. And for the first time in the 15-year history of this band, we are finally going to have a vinyl record.
Yo!
Haywood,
Yes.
take it
Yes.
away.
Yeah,
Well,
I just
you let 'em in on it.
all the artwork was sent off yesterday or the day before, and you know, it's a lot of going back and forth, but it's finally gone off, and it's gonna get printed and be pressed, and we'll have them here hopefully end of March,
Yes.
early April.
Fantastic. Well,
Pretty excited.
let me know when they're ready. I'll email you the money, transfer you the money. I want a copy. And
Yes,
if you
sir.
could,
I can't wait to hold that vinyl in my hand.
if
I
you
can't
could,
wait.
if you could, before you put it in the cellophane, can you sign it for me?
Oh, of course.
Wayne, I'm 48 years old. I've never had a vinyl record in my life from
Yeah.
any music I've ever made.
Yeah.
I'm gonna giggle like a school kid when I
Yeah.
hold this vinyl in my hand.
Right
Pretty
on.
amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not gone out and picked up your copy of Drop of Blood by the Divorcees, you need to do it. As soon as this show is over, you need to go and do that. And you want to check out all their stuff from before, because it's excellent as well. And you'll never, if you get a chance to go and see them live, please do yourself an amazing favor. Go see them live. At the end of the night, you'll be tired. I guarantee you, because you'll be dancing and you'll be full of adrenaline, because these guys, they bring it and they leave it all on the stage, and they're 100% real. There's nothing fake. No artificial colorings or flavors or none of that crap when it comes to the Divorcees. Just 100% natural, good music.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we always say on the Wolf's Den, please be kind to one another. Be nice to each other. It doesn't take anything at all. As a matter of fact, it takes more to be rude than it does to be nice. And inside your bubble, don't forget, always, always time to hug the ones you love. Be nice, be kind, give a little love, and we'll be right back at you next week. Thanks for stopping by.
Known around here as a small town city boy. Probably know his kind when he walks in. Used to live on Main Street past the courthouse. Moved away to the city full of sin. The second he comes home, he starts talking. All the fancy parties he attends. How us folk just don't know what we're missing. He's gonna have to make amends. We all know he's a small town city boy, 'cause he was raised with everyone round here. Moved to a big old city about 1,000 miles away. Your small town roots will never disappear. Glides up to the bar and starts asking about the finest bottles sitting there on the shelf. Years ago he drank the cheapest whiskey, make a goddamn fool out of himself. You'll hear him talking clear around the corner about high-priced cars and all his fancy clothes. When he comes into town he makes an entrance just to make sure everybody knows. We all know he's a small town city boy, 'cause he was raised with everyone